Fantasy football news of the day in 60 seconds. Let's start in Los Angeles, where Matthew Stafford is expected to miss a bit of time with a sore back. According to Jordan Rodriguez, he is going to be evaluated on a weekly basis. As a veteran quarterback, we know it's not super important for him to be active in training camp, but he does have a new receiver in Devontae Adams. Plus, given that back injury has a history of lingering for Matthew Stafford, we want to see him back on the field as soon as possible. News item number 2, we have another big injury, which I talked about a few days ago, but Joe Mixon, who is on the non-football injury list with a frustrating foot injury, is going to miss a bit of time in training camp, probably going to miss all the preseason games as well. I talked about not being in on Joe Mixon for a number of reasons, but this foot injury is definitely one of them. Nick Chubb breathing down his neck on the ground, Woody Marks breathing down his neck as a receiving back, and Mixon himself started to fall off last season. So for me, he's going to be pretty much off my draft board. There's better running back options where he goes. The Dallas Cowboys extended their starting tight end, Jake Ferguson, to a 4-year, $52 million extension. Definitely a great late-round tight end option. You figure that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are going to be the number 1 and number 2 targets in this offense. But Jake Ferguson 2 years ago was scoring touchdowns, particularly in that playoff game against the Packers. And I do think if you fade the tight end position, double-digit round Jake Ferguson feels pretty nice given his price tag. A couple other news items. We have Terry McLaurin, who's now on the PUP list with an ankle injury. Could be contract related, I'm not sure. Sports Illustrated John Shipley writes that if there was one running back who's standing out in Jaguars camp, it's Tank Bigsby. So again, keep an eye on that Jaguars backfield competition. The Athletic beat reporter for the Buffalo Bills is also talking about Josh Palmer being a staple on offense, who goes pretty much undrafted in fantasy right now. Between him, Keon Coleman, and Khalil Shakir, and even Elijah Moore, the 4th receiver, we're trying to figure out this receiving core, so keep an eye on that battle. And then we also do have more hype for Kyle Pitts. Michael Penix came out and said that he is going to throw him the ball a lot more this year. The GM, Terry Fontenot, said he's as healthy as he's ever been. And that was, earlier this week, we were hearing a lot of stuff about him being used in different ways. Keep an eye on Kyle Pitts. As much as he's really frustrating, it is possible he could be a good late-round tight end option. And finally, we also have Elijah Arroyo, the rookie tight end of the Seattle Seahawks, looking like a playmaker, according to beat reporters, in his last couple of practices. So if you guys want to take advantage of some of this news, head to Underdog, use the promo code STOCK, start drafting these players, and make sure to follow along for more fantasy football news updates.